Hello everyone, I am Sai Chaitanya. Welcome back to my channel Sai Tech Query. In today's we'll try to compare the iQ7 versus the MI11X device in terms of the gamer's point of view. So this complete video I have dedicated for the only for the gamers friends, because a lot of users ready to ask me which is the best phone for the gaming. So that's what this video is about, and there is another video which is coming very soon. So as an average user considering, and I'll try to include that video very soon friends, so make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that video. So in this video I'll try to discuss all these topics which is the best for performance, display, battery, features and connectivity wise as well. I'll try to talk each and every category one by one. So without wasting any time, let's get started friends. With the first thing is about the performance. So in terms of the performance wise, both are having the same kind of Snapdragon 870 chipset, so you won't feel a huge difference between both phones, but you will definitely feel a little bit difference. So in terms of the performance, I did find out that iQ7 is slightly faster while opening and closing the applications. That is what I did find out. So that is maybe the because of extended RAM capabilities which is present in this phone. So maybe that might be helping you in terms of having that kind of flexibility, as you can see friends. So where you can enable and disable whenever you want that extended RAM capability. That is slightly advanced option which you got in this iQ7 device. And not only that, not based upon this one, I am able to say I did a speed test comparison between MI11X versus iQ7. Even in the speed test, after using all these applications, what I found out is that iQ7 opens the application very much faster. So this is not huge difference. You cannot expect 20 seconds, 30 seconds or 5 seconds difference. That's close to 1 second or 2 seconds difference is there between both phones. So definitely friends, while gaming overall, the both phones will definitely feel kind of good for you while gaming in comparison between both phones. But I'll try to do another comparison test as well in terms of the PUBG mainly. So a lot of users did ask me to make that kind of video regarding the PUBG bootcamp test. I'll try to make that kind of video friends as soon as possible. But in my experience of this few days of using both phones, so I did not find out a huge difference between both of the devices. So in terms of the performance wise, but I'll definitely pick the iQ7 device. So on the MI11X device, in terms of the performance segments, that's because of slightly option of having external RAM capabilities. So try to watch till end of the video friends, you will get really interesting comparisons. So next is a display. So why I did found out that the display is that in the MI11X device, you do have so much of customization with the display. So much friends, trust me when I say so much, because in the game turbo option, there is a special feature which is called the video enhancement option. So a lot of users may not be aware of that option. What is that? So if you try to use this game turbo option, so try to scroll down, and if you see this none option, as you can see friends, this none is nothing but the video enhancement option. As you can see, the same thing which is present in the iQ7 as well, which is the display enhancement. Let me try to open one of the games, so then you may be able to see display enhancement option is there. So even that also helps, but little bit, but not much, just a little bit. It will definitely help, as you can see friends, display enhancement. But when you compare with this MI11X device, so you do have so much of customization in terms of the display. So that is what I like in this particular phone. And in terms of the touch issues between both phones, I did not have major problems because of the recent update which has come in both phones. I think a little bit got fixed in terms of the touch issues while gaming and overall usage. So in my opinion, performance and display, they are close tie between both phones. Performance slightly iQ7 and the display slightly for the MI11X device. So just a little bit points friends. And next for the battery. So in terms of the battery backup, both phones are kind of same. The reason why I'm saying, because recently I did a video on the PUBG battery test comparison friends. So let me try to scroll that video. So in that video, you will definitely find out the huge difference. So as you can see this video. So after playing the PUBG game for too many hours, for 5 to 6 hours, what I found out is that there is little bit difference is there between both phones, but there is a huge difference in the charging speed. So that is what I am trying to say friends. So in the battery draining, there is not much difference is there between both phones, but the charging speed, there is a difference. So iQ7 takes about 30 minutes to 35 minutes and MI11X takes about 60 minutes to 65 minutes. So that's a kind of double time which MI11X takes to charge. And one more thing I forgot to mention regarding the CPU throttling as well. So where in the iQ7 device, when I did the CPU throttling test, it did remain exactly around 81% throughout the time for 15 minutes, as you can see friends. And in the MI11X device, it did drop up to 66%, as you can see, of its performance. That is the one thing which I forgot completely, and right now I did remember. So thank God, you can see the difference how it is between both phones when you're trying to do this kind of CPU throttling test. So this clearly proves that IQ7 device is really powerful enough even for the heavy task as well. And in terms of the temperatures, both phones kind of close to each other friends temperature, so there is not much difference. So 43 degrees, 44 degrees, that is what you can expect between both phones with the high intense gaming. So next, regarding the features. So in terms of the features, it's kind of mixed feelings. Why? Because in the IQ7 device, I do like the haptic feedbacks which is there in this phone. Let me try to go back friends. So which is really one of my favorite option which is present here, 4D vibrations. It gives you really very good experience friends. So for the first time I was into the gaming for a long time while playing Call of Duty. So usually I'll play a little bit time, but in this phone I am playing the Call of Duty continuously just because of these vibrations. That is what I really like. And other features include game frame interpolation. Is not supported in every game, even though if it is supported, that's a very little bit difference you will be noticing friends, but not much difference. And game display enhancement also a little bit useful, but the features you get in this Mi11X is ultimate. The reason why I am saying ultimate, because you do get the real-time FPS meter along with the real-time CPU and the GPU usage, how much percentage. And not only that, you do get the voice changer, you do get the screen enhancement, you do get all this option, everything you'll be getting in this small control panel, as you can see. So which is definitely lacking friends in this kind of segment. I do like this kind of real-time FPS meter which is present in this Mi11X device. I wish they could have included in this IQ device maybe in the future. So once after the update, they should come with the real-time FPS meter statistics, something like this Mi11 or maybe in the Realme phones which we see. But regarding the features wise, gamers, I think you should be bothered about most about the vibrations and the game quality. So in terms of the vibrations and the game quality, you do feel better in this IQ7 device. So that is what I do like. So next, in terms of the connectivity, the reason why I included the connectivity, because there's some serious problem is going on. I'm not sure whether with my unit or with the others unit, that I'm experiencing really less speeds in this IQ7 device. So less speeds in the sense, even if I connect to the same Wi-Fi network right now at same time, I'll be getting really low speeds in this phone when you compare with the Mi11X device. So let me try to quickly go to the speed test application and try to do right now in front of you. So both phones are connected to the same server and same Wi-Fi. So let me try to do first time in the Mi11X device. So this did happen with the 4G plus and 4G data as well. And the IQ7 still I did not see any kind of 4G plus support in this phone at the moment with my SIM. So maybe it varies with other SIM cards and other locations, but with me I did not see anything 4G plus, but I did see 4G plus in this Mi11X device. I did a video friends regarding the Wi-Fi download test, so make sure to check this video in case if you're interested to know Wi-Fi download test. You will get to know which phone is speed in terms of the Wi-Fi download as well. So try to check that video. So right now you are getting 78 and 87 Mbps. So now let me try to do the test in the IQ7 device. You will be really shocked. As you can see friends, the speeds are not going anywhere. I'm not sure what is happening, what's restricting the speeds to go beyond. I'm not sure, but still I am getting only 40-45 Mbps. Even the 4G speeds are really low in this phone. So this phone I used to get 10 Mbps, and this phone I am getting about 5 to 4 Mbps of speeds, 4G speeds. So this is a quick comparison friends overall in terms of the gaming. And the strong points for the IQ7 is performance and 4D vibrations. So these two are really very strong, and fast charging as well. Fast charging, performance and the 4D vibrations are really good. And Mi11X display, features and connectivity. So these are the key highlight points for the Mi11X device. So this is what the outcome of this video friends completely. This is what the conclusion is. So now you can decide. I did give my all the points, pros and cons between both phones. Now it's time for you to decide which phone to choose. And in terms of the touch issues, I did not experience much. And so make sure to stay tuned by subscribing, and I'll try to do another comparison between for the normal user point of view as well. Stay tuned for that video. Very soon I'll try to upload. So thank you for watching this video friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye.